In this video, I'll be showing you how I draft my basic bodice pattern and how I install my zipper. First things first, you'll need a tape measure, a straight ruler, a curved ruler, scissors, and a calculator, and obviously the fabric. And you'll also need a seam ripper that I forgot to put in the video. When you start drafting the pattern, the first thing you want to do is you want to start with a straight line. So that's what I'm doing here, and this straight line will be considered my shoulder line. Next is the shoulder to bust line, and that was 10 inches down. So from that straight line right there, you go down 10 inches and then you mark it, and then you want to draw your horizontal line, and that will be considered your bust line. Right here, I'm going from the shoulder to my waistline, and I think that was 16 inches. So from that straight line, again, you go down 16 inches, you mark it, and then you want to draw your horizontal line, and that's considered your waistline. Now I'm just marking the lines, B for bust, W for waist. Next, I'll be doing my shoulder to shoulder measurement, which was 13 inches, and then I divided by 2. So from the fold to the far left, you go over 6.5 because 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. From that point, you go down 1 inch because our shoulders are not straight. They have a little slant or slope to it. So next, I'll be doing my 3x3 neckline, go over 3 inches from that fold again, then go down 3 inches from that fold again, or that starting line, and then I'll connect it with my curved ruler. Next, from that drop shoulder point or slope shoulder point, you just want to connect it to the neckline. Now it's time to do the chest line or the armhole line. You just want to get your bust, divide that by 6, and then add 1.5. Whatever you get, you want to just drop it from that sloped or dropped shoulder point. You just want to go down that many inches. So mine, I believe it was 7.5. So I go down 7.5 inches from that sloped or slanted shoulder point. I mark it, and then I draw a horizontal line, and that is considered my chest line or armhole line. Now it's time to draw a vertical line from that slanted point to the chest line or the armhole line so we can find the midpoint of this. Once we find the midpoint of it, we mark it, and then we go in 1/2 inch. Right here, I'm getting ready to plot all my measurements. So for the chest line, it's just your bust divided by 4. My bust is 36, so I divide that by 4, and I got 9. So I plot 9 on my chest line and my bust line. Then my waist, I divide that by 4, and then I just plot it on my waistline. Now I'm just about to connect the dots. Lastly is the armhole. You want to finish the armhole off. You just want to get a straight, or make a straight line from that slanted shoulder point to that 1/2 inch inward point, and then you want to do the curved line from that chest line point, which is really the bust divided by 4, to that inward point. And I think it's like easier to see because when I explain, it's like, okay, I don't know what I'm saying. But that's the front armhole, and then this right here is the back armhole. Is just from that same point to the point that's not inward. Okay, so this is the front one, and this is the back armhole. Instead of drafting it twice, a front and a back, I just do one, the front and the back together. And you want to leave about 1 inch for the zipper allowance. It doesn't have to be exact. I don't make it exact. It's better to have more than less. Okay, so now we're just going to cut this. Again, we left this for the zipper allowance. Basically, these are 2 back patterns because I drafted the front pattern. This is the front armhole, and this line is the back armhole. This is the front neckline, and then this is the back neckline. But since I already cut this out, I placed it right here and I cut it out. Now I'm just gonna cut the back armhole because I'm done with that. I don't need that. I just need the front now. gonna cut this off because I already cut it off. So all I need from here is the front neckline. So I already cut off the back neckline. And just cut that out as well. That's it. Okay, now you have one piece. Cut all the back pieces off for this. Now for this actual back piece, I'm just going to cut this down the middle. So this is the way I do it. This is how I install my zippers. I feel like this is the easy way, and I feel like every single time I always get it right. So I'm gonna just stick with it. Even though it might take a little longer for you to do it, I feel like this is a longer way. But it gets the job done. So I just stick to this one. Now, that can be the ugly side. We're gonna do pretty sides to pretty sides. We're gonna clip the shoulders. Clip the shoulders, clip the sides, and sew the shoulders and sides. Okay, I did not install anything. I clipped where I'm going to sew at, wherever you see the clips are, that's where I'll sew. Okay. Now it's time to get ready to put the zipper on. So this is still basically inside out. So like what I'm looking at is the ugly side, and the pretty side would be in here. So again, I'm looking at the ugly side. So you would just fold it like so, like this, and you would run a straight stitch down, no back stitching whatsoever. So do not back stitch. So I'm just gonna place down here and do a straight stitch. And I usually like to keep it aligned with the presser foot because I feel like it's an easy guide for me. So the fabric doesn't go past it, and I can easily tell if it goes past or not. So I have this 7-inch zipper. You can see it. This is what I have. I'll be installing this. Okay, so I just pull it down a little bit and I fold these. Oh, you will need pins. I usually like clips, but for the zippers, I need pins. This is what I do. This is what I do. Again, you can do it however you feel you should do it. But I just fold it back and pin it so it can stay like that. Fold this side as well and pin it. Okay, now I'm about to go change my presser foot. Now all you do from here is just pin it. I usually just pin one side because that's what makes sense to me. Pin one side and make sure the zipper is in the middle, like straight in the middle. Pin it. Make sure you don't pull the clothes or pull the zipper. Just pin through everything. Well, not the second layer, only through this and the back layer, not the front layer. Maybe I should have ironed it. That would have helped alleviate this bull crap. All right, I'll do one more. Okay, now I'm gonna pin this. Well, now I'm gonna sew. I'm just gonna sew straight and then turn and straight down that way. So I always roll it down first, then I remove the pins because of course that will help. All right, now that's removed. Now I can push that down and now I can sew. But I gotta make sure everything is out the way. I don't want to sew all of this down. Okay. As you get closer to the zipper, Let me get a little closer. Okay, you can remove this pin, and you see I'm really close to it. I'm just gonna, and make sure this is down. Make sure the needle is down in the zipper first before you do this. You want to push it up, or push the zipper foot up, and then zip it up, and then you want to continue sewing it down. But again, make sure that you're not sewing the front layer as well. Make sure y'all sew your needles, because that will be that for your machine. And I like to turn it before getting to this piece right here. So you're gonna make sure that the needle is down in the zipper. Lift it up, turn it. And then press it down so you can continue. And I go a bit slow on this part. See, that's why. It's moving. And that stitch. See, oh my gosh, I should have pinned it. It's fine. Whatever. Yeah. Lift it again so you can sew down. That's why I only pin one side. Okay, make sure that's straight, and then push it out, and then continue. And make sure you don't sew the zipper teeth, because it won't work. You won't open it. Make it close to it, but not too close to it. And again, with the zipper foot, make sure the needle is down before you like try to push it back or anything. You might have to get scissors so you can continue sewing. Press down and continue sew. Oh, there. Slowly so we don't hit the needle. Okay. Cut it out. So this is what it looks like on the back, and this is what it looks like on the front. Now I'm just gonna get the seam ripper and seam rip this middle part. Now I'm about to use a seam ripper to remove the stitches that I did. Remember earlier we did one straight stitch. We didn't back stitch or anything. So that's what I'm basically unstitching it. I'm just removing the stitches so that it can open. And again, I feel like this is like a longer way to do it. But when I tried the other ways, sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. So I just stick to this one, this particular way. Looks like, and that's it. Just go down and up. It works. And again, that's the like the sticky stuff that was on my table. Pretty sure the kids was in here. But yeah, that's how I install my zippers. It could be better, but that's what I do so far. And this is how the back looks. I know it's raw. This is raw because I don't have a sleeve attached to it, so I hope I'm getting good footage.